During the month of September 2015, the One Love media team embarked on a journey to document the stories, struggles, hopes, and visions of a community deeply impacted by deportation, the Southeast Asian community. We traveled to places like Madison, Providence, Charlotte, New Orleans, San Diego, Long Beach, Seattle, and Philly. We slept on couches and floors in the homes of people we considered family, interviewed Hmong, Lao, Khmer, Vietnamese, Mien folks. We interviewed monks, elders, young people, people with deportation orders, their family members, community leaders, community organizers. We held meetings in kitchens, living rooms, temples, and coffee shops to raise awareness about a new strategy, a new plan, a new way for us to work together as a community to end deportation.
So Cali's mission is to build the leadership capacity of marginalized artists. And when we talk about marginalized artists, we're talking about people who are artists of color, women, people who might be refugees, immigrants, basically people who have been traditionally excluded from mainstream arts.
We see a lot of people whose work is not valued. We see a lot of very hard-working artists whose work is not considered as art in mainstream. And so as a collective, and we're all friends, and we had been talking about this a lot. We help people write grants, we help people write artist statements, and we thought it would be great if we expanded this beyond people who knew us.
So one of the big things with Chat is we focus heavily on youth, and what we have been seeing within the Hmong community, especially here in Minnesota, is that we've been developing so many great young leaders. However, we felt that it was lacking in Wisconsin in some areas, and we wanted to present some opportunity for youth-led organizations to start seeing role models in their community who looked and represented their stories.
My BMPP project was to hold a class for Asian Americans who are interested in writing about political and social issues. And I saw this class as different from, say, the creative writing class I teach at the law, that this would be for people who particularly wanted to write about political and social issues rather than do creative writing. I think people have really enjoyed coming together and having a chance to both write about and discuss issues important to Asian Americans.
What we found out in the couple of years that we've been organizing and engaging men and boys is really that they needed a toolkit, some strategies and ideas about how to talk about gender and gender-based violence, including domestic violence and sexual assault, and abusive international marriages, particularly in the Hmong community. We have tons and tons of exercises, but what we needed to do was write those trainings down so that it could be put into a toolkit that we can train others to actually go out and do in community.
We knew that we wanted to work within a refugee community whose voices were not heard before, where the story hasn't been told before. And so we decided to do this project in the Tibetan community with a very specific subset group of Tibetans who are new arrivals or new refugees from Tibet. These are individuals who have not settled in India, Nepal, or Bhutan, who lived there very temporarily for a very short period of time before they were able to migrate as one of the first 1,000 Tibetans to come here in 1990s after the Immigration Act. And so their stories are very different than Tibetans like me who grew up or who were born or raised as refugees in India. These are individuals who are extremely hardworking and they have never shared their stories before.